I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
President Trump has me very excited about the country.
He was first in line at his polling site in Bucks County, Pennsylvania early this morning, the biggest prize of the battleground states, where Fox's Brian Yennis reports.
So here in Pennsylvania, the count is also beginning with the mail ballots. It already started at 7 o'clock this morning. Take out the ballot and then flatten it out and start putting it through the machines. This is a process that takes time, which is why we will not expect a result here right at 8 o'clock.
Now, more than 82 million Americans have already voted early, Vice President Harris among them.
Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win.
That was at Harris's final rally in Philadelphia last night. Former President Trump also rallied in Pennsylvania before his last rally after midnight in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
We don't need a low IQ individual. We've had that for 4 years.
They're also voting now in Michigan and Wisconsin. Georgia, North Carolina, and Arizona polls all show a very close race. Israel has hit Gaza with another airstrike targeting Hamas weapons storage, but Palestinian officials say at least 20 people were killed, including children.
Israel hasn't commented, but accuses Hamas of hiding behind civilians. This part of northern Gaza has been the focus of an intense month-long air and ground operation to stop the militants from regrouping. During that time, almost no humanitarian aid has been allowed into the area. Yesterday, the State Department said Hamas had rejected a proposal for a short-term ceasefire and hostage release deal.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The Boeing strike is over. On day 53 of the walkout, picketing workers approved a new contract. They could return to work as soon as tomorrow, restarting some shutdown airplane production. America's listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The election is more than about who the president will be. Control of Congress is also on the line. Democrats only need to gain 5 seats to win the House majority. As for the 6 seats, as for the Senate,
Republicans need to flip just 1 seat to make the Senate balance of power 50-50. The most likely flip will be West Virginia, where Governor Jim Justice is a heavy favorite to replace retiring Democrat Joe Manchin. Republicans are also eyeing Montana, Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Arizona as opportunities to give Republicans 51 seats and full control. While not the most favorable map for Democrats, Texas and Florida serve as possible upsets over incumbent Republicans. In the case of a 50-50 tie, control of the Senate will rest on the White House, where the vice president has the tie-breaking vote. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Abortion rights also on the ballot in 10 states after the Supreme Court's ruling undid a woman's federal right, allowing states to ban or restrict abortions. And speaking of the court, the justices hear 2 new cases this morning.
The first case involves the Department of Health and Human Services. More than 200 hospitals are challenging HHS over the calculation of Medicare reimbursements owed to them. The second case centers around overtime compensation. 3 employees at food products distributor EMD Sales had claimed the company violated the Fair Labor Standards Act by refusing to pay them overtime wages. Laura Cantor, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising after yesterday's selling. On Monday Night Football, an overtime thriller.
Here is Hunt for the touchdown. Kansas City remains unbeaten. 8-0.
The winning score on ESPN and OT giving the defending champion Chiefs a 30-24 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Open enrollment of the Get Covered Illinois Health Insurance Marketplace underway. Illinoisans can enroll through January 15. 11th health insurance companies are offering plans. That shows nearly 399,000 Illinois residents enrolled in ACA Marketplace during open enrollment last year. Champaign man charged in a shooting outside a Rantoul convenience store last month. Police say Daniel Hodge Jr. arrested Friday at the Courtesy Motel in Urbana on a warrant for attempted murder. He was wanted in the shooting of a Ludlow man outside a Circle K on East Grove Avenue. The victim sent to the hospital for treatment. Woman dead and follows a crash in Rantoul. Julie Wargalot died following the accident Sunday. Police say Wargalot's car left the road before rolling and stopping in a plowed field south of 1400 East and 2700 North in rural Rantoul. The death remains under investigation. And that's a check of what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe
Hey,
Miller.
good morning. Election Day 2024, and we are aware of election and voting troubles in Champaign County. We've gotten a slew of text in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to let us know where you are, or if you're having any problems voting in Champaign County this morning, share with us, 217-359-2255. We're hearing storm-related. We're hearing...
Yeah, there's a text in at 359-2255. The only voting booth in Champaign County that's working is the Champaign Public Library. The storms have apparently knocked out the computer systems, says Joe.
Okay, I've texted Aaron Ammons, our county clerk, saying, hey, if you want to share and talk about what's going on. If you need to have a microphone, we're standing by to help, of course. So we'll do that. But we got some rain, Mr. Meteorologist. I mean, it felt like a lot, but I didn't see any ravaging thunder, lightning, things that take radio stations off the air.
Right. Yeah, there not. It's not really. I don't want to say. There were no storms in the area. Now, did we have some moderate and heavy rainfall?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but what you pointed out with thunder, lightning, wind, and all that kind of stuff. No. But like we've been talking about, these rains are going to be substantial. And since the weekend, some spots are closing in on 4.5 to 5 inches.
Wow.
And more to come today, sir.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I didn't know it was 4 or 5. That's a lot.
Right.
All right. Meteorologist Greg Solier this morning on ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit kramersiding.com.
All right, in addition to rain, a lot of people looking toward about a 3,000-person high school football game Saturday at 2:30 at Tolono.
It's true.
Unity and St. George.
Rockets versus Spartans.
They line the fence. There's no room
Do they?
anywhere.
Wow.
It's like 3,000 people. Is there going to be...
What day is this again?
It's Saturday at 2:30.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe a little rain, but, pretty mild still for November.
Yeah,
right here.
60, I think. But, I'm wondering if it's not going to be a washout or anything.
No, I don't think so, but it may be a little, persistent. Maybe obviously not the degree and heaviness that we've seen the past couple of 2.5 days across the area, but enough to get some puddles out there, I'm sure, in spots. So keep an eye on that. That'll be the second, by the way, of 3 wet weather systems coming our way. The one currently underway, the one over the weekend, and the third one mid-next week. And that one mid-next week may actually entrain. We've been talking about this for the past couple of days, weeks here on the show, the radio part, and obviously the TV show, that the tropics aren't done with. And so we have probably Hurricane Rafael, which will graze the south and southwestern end of Florida through the Keys probably and make a run maybe to Johnny's place in a weakening fashion, but there is some indications we may entrain some of that tropical moisture into the plains and Corn Belt as well at some point mid or late next week. So you want drought relief, you got it, and hopefully you're ahead of the game, if not wrapped up on the harvest scheme of things. A corridor of some light rain, steady from southwest to northeast across the middle part of Champaign County. Again, 255 the past 24 hours at the airport. Willard and Savoy put that on top of the 137 to close to 2 that we had here over the weekend. And 4.5 to 5 already, and more coming up out of St. Louis. They've had more than almost 8 inches and some flood warnings down there. Wind advisory here to 2, but they are not terribly gusty right now. Again, no severe weather, but frequent shower activity for the day to day, both this morning and this afternoon. Temperatures will hold where they're at right now at about 63 to 65 degrees on a south-southwesterly wind. Much cooler tonight. Showers this evening down to 47. Some sun tomorrow, 59. Sun back out Thursday and Friday. Highs near 60 for the ball game on Saturday. Increasing clouds. A little rain in the afternoon with a high at 65. Couple of showers Sunday, 61. We're still in the 60s, and the mild pattern continues on with more rain into the early and middle parts of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, off and running. morning. Here we go. So some texts have come in. Here's somebody that said, I was in line at Meadowbrook Church. They made an announcement that at least 6 voting sites are down. And what I hear may be more in the whole county. Again, we're just getting anecdotal stuff.
Here's a comment on Facebook from Ryan saying, how can the entire county voting be down? Jake had texted in from Muhammad, tried to vote in Muhammad, and was told the entire county system was down. I have a hard time believing it was weather related.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's just, I know there's a whole lot of people in our little county of Champaign that have worked and spent a lot of money, and what a ill-timed problem.
Yeah, this is the Super Bowl.
Well,
let's get it right. Oh my goodness. I feel bad.
And people, there's some people that went at 6 that are leaving town. They didn't get a vote.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. Anyway, and people are just obviously walking out, and hopefully they'll get back. Maybe they won't.
That's right.
The day gets away, man. Sometimes.
So you have until 7 o'clock tonight, though, supposedly?
Is it 7 or 6? I don't know. 6 or 7.
I'll look
that up.
Look it up.
It's kind of important.
I think it was 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay. Okay, but you might look it up just to confirm, because if it's 7 and we say 7 and they go at 7 it's closed, that'd be bad. Anyway, 217-359-2255. I am Stevie Jay, as we mentioned. That's Diane Ducey. We're here to help if you have anything to share on the Fisher National Bank text line. Illinois wins their first game. We've got Brad Underwood, some comments there. And 5 of you pick the starting 5.
Yes,
5
congratulations.
People, 5 of you, unconscionable, unbelievable, because I was all about, you'll never know. How could you? Well, they did it. And 5 of you did it. Very impressive. And if Dre Gibbs Longhorn is playing fantastic basketball, if he would have started, then I wouldn't have had to give the money away. But we're going to get happily. Now, we've reached out to all 5 people and have suggested that it's kind of a drawing for $3,000. Or if y'all agree, want $600.
That's right.
And so far, 3 have said, let's split.
Okay.
I'll take the $600.
Kind of the end of the cash bash deal. I've emceed those many a time, and that's usually the same way. At least you walk away with something when you have that.
Well, let me share because it's football.
It is 7 p.m. by the way.
Okay, thank you.
I just looked it up. I'm getting texts in.
Thank you. 6A to 7P.
Yes.
Okay, and hopefully things get back online. Share with me if you can. But boy, you got this planned. You got a busy day. So we hope it's back up, and we'll let you know as soon as somebody tells us. I have anecdotally another betting, because everybody gambles now with everything accessible.
No.
And there was somebody that I know living in our county that had bet that a tight end would score a touchdown in the NFL. Every tight end that played Sunday in the NFL 2 weeks ago on tight end Sunday, for whatever reason, they had a tight end day. So a couple of weeks ago, a young man bet $2 on that happening. What are the odds every tight end in the league scores a touchdown? Well, there's like 26 of them playing that day.
And they all did score?
23 out of 23 had scored with 3 left. He got a notice from FanDuel saying, I'll give you $4,000 right now. He said no. Well, they didn't all score. The last 3 didn't score, but the $2 bet would have turned into, if the last 3 tight ends got touchdowns, the $2 bet would have turned into $900,000.
Wow.
So he just rolled the dice a little more, and but would you have taken the $4,000 for a chance at $900,000?
That makes a lot more problems go away.
Well, and not that $4,000 isn't nice. But
right.
Man.
I am seeing other local media, many voters in Champaign County not able to vote this morning due to an issue that it's brought polling locations down. Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons confirmed with WCIA this morning there are network issues that are preventing people from voting. He has told us there's no timeline for this to be resolved. He states that it's all polling places. Ammons also told us he got a call from Sangamon County and there are issues there as well. He has not gotten a response to his request from the vendor who oversees his elections.
Wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean you don't get a response from the vendor the day of the election? They ought to be 24/7, 365. If you're the day of the election, you can't get a response from the vendor.
He's also asked the state's attorney for an injunction to extend the voting hours as well. WCIA staff member at one polling location was told by an election judge that systems are down countywide.
Wow, what a disappointment. Wow, we got to find out what happened. If Sangamon's having trouble, has it been some sort of hack? I mean, I don't know. It just is. This is bad. This is really, really bad.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's. And again, it's not going to affect Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. It's going to affect the Jeff Brownfields and the Paul Faracis of the world. I mean,
yeah,
these are people that are anxiously awaiting a full vote. All right, sports headlines. How about that?
And keep us in the loop as you see things at 359-2255. Illinois wins, taking down the EIU Panthers 112-67.
Man, Brad Underwood.
Nice first start, first game. It was nice to see the guys back in State Farm Center, place that I'm so proud of our fans.
Well, how about selling out in 26 minutes, the Orange Crush? I mean, it was full. It was loud. And what do we do with two guys that are projected to be in the NBA draft next year? Ty Rodgers has decided to redshirt, whatever that's going to mean.
Right.
Is he going to be here next year?
So he'll sit out the rest of the season, right?
I mean, what are you going to do? I got a comment from Brad about that as well. We'll get to. But Illinois and Will Riley scoring 31 on a heater.
He's a freshman?
I mean, how often does a heater happen, Brad? Do you see it a lot?
About every day. Yeah, he's just got a gift. It's... he was our leading scorer in the Butler scrimmage. He was a guy that competes. He enjoys it. He
obviously 31 points last night. Very efficient shooting. He didn't miss many shots. This is our 18-year-old from Canada. And then we got an 18-year-old from Lithuania. It's clear that this basketball team has more talent than our Elite Eight team from last year. What?
Now, if we can just make everybody synchronized, working together,
that's right.
all coming together.
Play a little defense. No, listen, I've seen Brad Underwood 3 times in the last month or 2 or 3. I've seen Orlando Antigua a couple of times. They feel very much at peace. They're just comfortable. They know what they have. They got some talent. Now you got to make it work. Stay healthy. All right.
Dre Gibbs Lawhorn with 21.
And 18 at half.
Really?
And Tomislav
Ivicic had 14 with Ben Hammerkaus.
He had 14 rebounds, Thomas Ivicic. I mean, we had 4-5 in double figures. No, listen, it was a good start. Eastern's picked 6th in the conference, so they're not bad.
Right.
They just ran into I could have been that. I had everything except the ball didn't go in. I mean, I could shoot it. I had plenty of shots.
SIU Edwardsville will be at 7 o'clock on Friday night. It's streaming on Peacock.
All right, weather this morning brought to you by Busey. Over 150 years, member FDIC. We're Fox Business Minute coming up. Brother Johnny and Ed Martin, special Tuesday edition.
It is election day.
It is election day.
Try to make it happen.
Woohoo!
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. For Central Illinois, Champaign event is Saturday. It'll be a wind-blown, showery day's worth of weather on this election day 2024. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm. See a batch or two of shower activity this morning, back in this afternoon. And boy, those gauges at already 1 to 3 in some spots, closing in on 5 inches since the weekend, up to 65. So no real significant climb on temperatures. The wind advisory in effect as well through early afternoon. Open areas will see gusts to 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the south and southwest. Windy, much cooler for tonight. Showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this evening. On the overnight, down to 47. Diminishing southwest winds will turn light west and northwest. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 59. Down to 42 tomorrow night. Sunshine, 58 on Thursday. About 62 on Friday. The second of 3 wet weather systems due in late Saturday and Sunday. Weekend highs in the low to mid 60s. And mild weather continues on for next week with another round of rainfall early to mid next week as well, with highs again in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Solye.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
There are signs people are spending less on fast food. Yum brand shares are down more than 1.5%. The parent company of Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut reported disappointing earnings. Only Taco Bell saw sales increase in the recent quarter. Overall, global sales were down 2%. Yum Brand says its restaurants are dealing with geopolitical conflicts and challenged consumer sentiment. Burger King's parent company, Restaurant Brands, is reporting disappointing sales growth. Though sales at the Tim Horton coffee shop chain improved, Burger King's sales declined, and Restaurant Brands shares are down 2%. Boeing shares are rallying. The machinist strike is over, with 59% of union members voting in favor of the fourth contract offer. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda, invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Illini fans win free tickets. Stevie Jay Broadcasting has teamed up with Express Employment Professionals, your local link to top talent opportunities. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 for your chance to win tickets to upcoming home games. That's Illini to 359-2255. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business at 1001 North Mattis. Express Employment Professionals says go Illini. Visit expresspros.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Stevie Jay here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. in your community and for your community. Roof Doctor.
Okay, we know we have some voting issues in our county, and I got Aaron Ammons, who's our county clerk. He is on the line with me now. Mr. County Clerk, what's happening? It's not a very good start for you this morning. What's going on, man?
No, and I'm certainly unhappy about this, but I'm sure the voters are even more so than I am. So right now we have an issue with all across the county, as well as in other counties. I've talked to some of my colleagues in Sangamon County and Ogle County. They are also down there experiencing the same issue. So at this point, I am going to conclude that is an issue with our vendor who's having some sort of issues that we're still not even sure what it is at this point. We're trying to get in touch with them. So, I'm very, very sorry this is happening. We had got off to a great start. Over 50,000 people have already voted early, if you take early and mail. So we were really looking forward to a smooth day today. What I am doing in the meantime, Stevie, and to all the listeners out there, I've already reached out to the state's attorney, State Board of Elections. So we are working to get an injunction that will extend the voting hours. So to all those who have come early or who were planning to come early, we're going to get these hours extended. I don't know exactly what time it will be at this point, but as soon as I get that final information, I will be giving you all a call back, Stevie, and try to see if we can get this information out to the voters.
Yeah, please, I'll put it out. But I guess if I'm going to express frustration, where in the heck's the vendor at, Aaron? What the heck? This is election day. The vendor.
Man.
What's up?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be as reserved as I can possibly be about that at this particular point. All of us who enter these contracts, the contracts last for a little while and then they end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just I would think on election day the vendor's standing by like at your house. Okay, this is really important.
I would think the same thing, Stevie. Yes, indeed, I would.
So we are hearing from listeners that say they're going to the Champaign Public Library. Is that working?
I'm right now. My understanding, it's 65 different polling locations trying to keep up. I'm not sure if that's a good idea at this point. My understanding is that they're all down. We've had some ability early on for people who got in extremely early to pull up, and they were able to get in. But at this point, I've gotten no reports that anyone is up and running. So we're monitoring it right now. We've got a whole team of people in the back, my IT people. We're trying to see if there's anything that we can do, but we can't even get into the system ourselves at this point, here, even at Brookings.
Okay, Aaron, I appreciate it. I know it's crazy. Thank you for the call.
Yeah,
and let me know what else we can do for you. Let us know what we can do.
Once you do get up, will there be a notice on the website? How can we get more information, Aaron?
Yeah. We just put another message out on social media. We're going to put it up on the website, and we're certainly going to ask all media outlets to help us share the information.
All right, we're there. Let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you all very much.
That's Aaron Ammons, our county clerk. A vendor problem.
Right. Systems are down countywide.
Very, very obviously extraordinarily disappointing, but work the problem, people. That's all you can do.
Unknown when the issue will be resolved.
Man, what do you do?
Unable to vote.
What do you do? I mean, there's a lot of laws around it. You just can't have another one tomorrow. I don't know. All right, we'll let you know whatever information we can pass along to you. We'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you use paper ballots, we don't have these issues, was one comment coming in.
Somebody says 104 counties in Illinois, 3 aren't working. Yikes.
Curtis Road Church told us 4 people got to vote before the system went down, and that it's a problem with the server in the county clerk's office.
Okay.
There's a text coming in to 359-2255.
Let us know what you know, folks. We'll be here till 9 a.m. Live, and we're here to help. We will be a conduit of information if we can get it for you. But, yeah. All right.
I got to vote at 605 Bible Baptist Church on Kirby. May end up being the only CU vote, says Joel.
Yeah.
So there, and he had mentioned in his report, those who were there extremely early did get in.
Don't get it. Nobody knows. We'll let you know. All right, we're going to come right back, Ed Martin, Brother Johnny, on this special Tuesday. This is Election Day, and hopefully Champaign County will be up and running as soon as possible. But if you can't ask I'm stunned by you can't reach the vendor on election day. The contract has to be voidable. I mean, null and void. Cancel. I mean, if they don't do their duties, if it's their fault, you fire them today or after today.
Here's a person saying this is why people don't have faith in our voting system.
Okay. But again, right now, as we have announced, frustrated as that is, and all the people that have been turned away already at our Champaign County voting polls, you work it and you get back as soon as you
Try
can.
to get back.
All you can do. But we can rail on that for a while on several issues. But it's just, I'm glad Aaron called. I'm glad we got the info.
Me
out
too.
there. We'll let you know if it changes. Be right back. Ed and Johnny next on this voting day, we hope. Stand by.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Election day polls are open in more than half the states now. All Vice President Harris and former President Trump can do now is wait.
If you give me a chance to fight on your behalf as president, there is nothing in the world that will stand in my way.
Kamala has delivered soaring prices and true economic anguish at home, war and chaos abroad.
Harris in Philadelphia, Trump there in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Boeing machinists are ending their strike with 59% voting to accept a new contract.
I voted no. There's still quite a few things in there that weren't in there.
I need to work. You know, I got a child, I got car payments, I got rent.
The strike started 7 weeks ago on September 13th. America's listening.
Hi, I'm Lori Brower, and I'm running for Champaign County Coroner. I have healthcare and management experience from my years as an emergency department technician and a corrections officer, and I served as a deputy coroner since 2021. In this role, I'm qualified and experienced in death investigations in the field, as well as assisting the forensic pathologist during autopsies. I'm ready to serve the people of the county as the Champaign County Coroner. You can vote for me, Lori Brower, through early voting or on Election Day, November 5th.
Paid for by Friends of Lori Brower.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois families encouraged to apply for utility bill assistance. Eligible families can receive bill assistance for natural gas, propane, and electricity through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. LIHEAP provides one-time payments directly to energy service providers on behalf of recipients. Champaign County ramping up security ahead of Election Day today. For the first time, Clerk Aaron Ammons bringing out an outside organization to patrol various polling locations. As of Saturday, a team of 3 unarmed people wearing plain clothing monitoring the county's 12 early in-person polling locations. It comes after a fight broke out at a Champaign voting location October 26. Open enrollment at the Get Covered Illinois Health Insurance Marketplace underway. Illinoisans can enroll through January 15th. 11 health insurance companies offering plans. Data shows nearly 399,000 Illinois residents enrolled in ACA Marketplace plans during open enrollment last year. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, Jim, thank you. Let's check our weather, brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you that 1 in 5 people don't know they have diabetes. If you're not living the life you want, talk to a doctor about diabetes prevention and management. Visit carl.org for details.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you Central in Champaign and vicinity. And the rains continue on, and a significant drop off to the east and south in scope coverage and intensity. A pick up to the north and west, and right here in Champaign County as well. Some spots at 3 and already close to 5 inches since the weekend, and 5 to more than 8 down towards the St. Louis area with flooding there and heavier showers and thunderstorms all the way down into eastern Oklahoma. The rain pattern up into the Great Lakes region. This is the first of 3 significant rain features coming our way. Another one for the weekend. Another one due in mid next week. But otherwise, on this election day, up to 65. There are wind advisories in effect until 2 o'clock. Nothing too terribly strong right now. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm this morning, again this afternoon. The rains wind down this evening. Southwest wind will be gusty for a time. Diminish on the overnight. Low down to 47. Partly sunny, 59 tomorrow. Sunshine and highs near 60 Thursday and Friday. More rain back in late Saturday and Sunday. And mid next week as well. Mild weather continues on with highs in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
All right, we're getting all kinds of anecdotal information coming in regarding there is no voting available in Champaign County because the system is down. And we will let you know when we hear any good news regarding the ability to vote. Somebody is in line over at the Tolono Library. They think they get a vote, so we're waiting to hear confirmation of that happening. So that's where we are right now. It's Tuesday, a special edition. Election Day 2024. And it's Ed Martin and Brother Johnny. Ed's out near the swamp. No, you're in Erie, Pennsylvania, aren't you?
PA. Yeah, I'm in PA right now. Yep.
Pennsylvania.
So,
Johnny.
a lot happening.
Yeah, I know that. Johnny is in New Orleans. Johnny.
Well, we heard directly from Senator Kennedy, who's been stumping Eddie, and he has no idea what's going to happen.
Well, let me just start by saying I awakened this morning bright and early before the 5 o'clock hour, and I am living in Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. And I'm great. I am great. There's a higher power that's got me. It's got all of us. And I don't have to be happy or sad based on a political election. I'm good today, Ed Martin, but you can tell me what the reality is on the ground in Pennsylvania. What are you seeing?
Well, and I like that, Stevie J, because you can read those scriptures to me, and when we share that cell, if Kamala Harris wins, on the whatever gulag will be in. But I like that. That'll be really helpful to have one guy who can remember all that. No, look, I across the country, it's everything in your gut. Except the media is telling you something different. It's true in Pennsylvania. It's true in Georgia. I talked to somebody in Georgia about a half an hour ago. It's true in Virginia. What we know is our eyes, not our lion eyes, our eyes say, okay, all the energy's on one side. There's people lined up in places. There's higher voter registration, all for Trump. There's endorsements and energy. There's all kinds of things, all for Trump. These are in a campaign, you get to a certain point, you stop listening to the polls. And right now, the polls, they just, to me, they're lying to make it sound like a coin flip. And when you say, why would they do that? A part of me is so that they can say Trump stole it, that this wasn't supposed to happen, Trump stole it. I really still think, guys, it's a modern landslide. There's no such thing as a landslide in America anymore because the country's kind of divided, especially California is always going to be one way with a huge number of electoral votes. New York's the same way. But in terms of presidential politics, Donald Trump is going to win nearly all the swing states. He's going to win a couple of states that nobody saw coming. Going to be closer in places like Virginia, and might even win one of those. And he's going to win the popular vote. It's all going to happen. And the question will be, not how did that happen? It will be, what is the response from the media and the left? How are they going to do it to the maximum advantage of damaging Trump? And I really fear right now the most likely scenario, everything I see, is wake up in the morning tomorrow, Trump has won, and the Democrat media narrative is somehow he stole it, and somehow, it was supposed to be a toss-up. How did this happen? And we're going to see chaos as oh my gosh, what happened? Who stole it? Whatever. And because they can't let him be legitimate. They're going to want to damage him. But look, all the energy's on one side. In campaigns, you're on a winning campaign when you feel that. That's how it feels. We'll see what happens later tonight.
Well, and I don't know whether what's going on with the polls, except that statistically for all of them to come out about tied is pretty low probability. There's usually a clear choice one way or the other. I don't think there's that much energy for Kamala either, and they're trying to kind of gin it up. But I think with God's help, I think Trump might be able to get over the line. And I think one of the biggest reasons, Eddie's going to be that the black community has had this revelation that not that they love Trump, but that the Democrats haven't done anything for them. It's like Lyndon Johnson said, we're going to help the black community, but not enough to make a difference. They'll be voting for us for the next 200 years. That's when he switched from fighting civil rights to signing the bill, and his cronies were outraged, and he said, boys, we're going to help the black community, but not enough to make... And of course, the Republicans weren't getting that message across. And all of a sudden, Eddie, that ground game energy from across the country and that kind of deliver the vote for the Democrats is kind of taking a hit, and that'll help. And then just the candidate on the Democratic side is pretty weak.
Well, I mean, let me just say, do you believe in the observers and the infrastructure the Republicans have put in regarding being there, making sure nothing nefarious happens? Are you confident then that has improved?
Yeah, I think it's improved. And I think, look, in places like Pennsylvania and Georgia, there has been a concerted effort for more than a year. Scott Pressler is now sort of famous in circles, Republican circles. He's a 26-year-old kid who moved himself to Pennsylvania and organized voter registration in the key counties, and he's done an incredible job. But you only can organize in key counties if the energy's your way, right? And the energy is Trump's way because the economy's off. People feel like they're not being fought for. They're worried about wars, all these things. The woke stuff is silly. So you can only register and move energy in the direction if the issues are fitting your thing. You can't, and that's what's happening to Kamala. There's no energy. She's got more money. Usually more money means you can pay to get people out. In Fairfax County, Virginia, where I live, all the public schools are out. They're not going to school today. Why? And they didn't go yesterday. Why? Because the teachers union wants to make sure the teachers are out working the polls and knocking on doors and getting out the vote. And so this is, but directionally the energy's all one way. Your point, Stevie Jay, on security, I would say the Republicans have done a better job. They have more lawyers. They have more teams looking at things. They know how the game was rigged and messed with in the last two cycles back to 2020. The problem is, if you listen closely, the dog that's not barking is, why aren't there real election experts out saying, now we know this election is completely secure. We have learned the lessons about perception. People thought it was stolen. We've also learned the reality, the lessons of reality, and we've made it really safe. No one's saying that. No one's really saying we have a system that is totally, they just say, it's a great election. It's secure. Shut your mouth. Don't ask. And so, if somehow it turns out that Kamala Harris gets 86 million votes and beats Trump somehow in the states, they're going to say, you're not allowed to say it wasn't perfect. And we still don't really know how the system is operating. It's still not auditable. And so, there's still a lot of warning signs. But I think what Johnny just said, you're going to see African-American, Hispanic Americans. You're going to see people that didn't usually come Trump. Joe Rogan last night or yesterday interviewed Musk, and when he was done, Joe Rogan said, I'm for Trump too, it's an endorsement. And so all these different kind of Bobby Kennedy's people, Tulsi Gabbard's kind of people, it's a coalition, it's a pirate ship right now. And I think the pirate ship's going to carry the day because of the size and scope of the movement. But it's going to be, they're not going to give it up easily. So you say, what are they going to do? And I laid out the scenario I think they're going to do. They're going to try to delegitimize it by violence. Look, they're boarding up D.C. again, guys. Every 4 years they board up D.C. I don't know a lot of Republicans. I don't have a lot of Republican friends that break windows of storefronts when the election doesn't go their way. I only group I know that's done that is the George Floyd guys. And frankly, if you want to claim that January 6th did, more and more evidence is that there was paid informants and agents, federal agents in there saying do this, do that. So, but they're boarding up Washington D.C., guys. So you got to know something's coming.
Yeah, and I think that there's just the simple incentive to keep a level of interest and a lot of hope, and also the more difficult to get a response from Trump voters. All that makes it look close. I don't know that they're going to plan to accuse Trump of stealing as much as be ready to say, yeah, we knew she had a chance. She came through. We knew it was close, and instead of having the Republicans uprise, which probably wouldn't happen anyway. But, I think the other side of that, Eddie, is this kind of lack of just that fire in the stubble energy on the Democratic side. It isn't there.
Yeah, that's right.
And so it's a combination, because it's real on the Trump end, and they're just trying to push it. And they need that army of people to vote, Steve, and to get the vote out, and whatever shenanigans. They need people to do that, too. And it's the system wasn't, the reason they're not saying we have a perfect system, we haven't changed enough. But it isn't an automatic, it's not quite automatic remote, put somebody in. It's just vulnerable, and people have to actually still work whatever they do if they're not playing fair. And I don't know that they have that the numbers. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But
all right, it's Ed Martin. Brother Johnny Ed is the president of the Eagle Forum Legal Defense Fund and a best-selling author out in Fairfax, Virginia. Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, an update on the county system of voting. We heard from Clerk Ammons that everything is down. Now we're hearing that the Tolono Library is functioning.
Yep.
Why would that be functioning?
I don't know,
okay.
But maybe it's one at a time with the 65 polling places.
Yeah.
In Champaign County.
How do people know if it's, because you don't want to take the time to go and stand and find out?
I know.
I wish we had more of an informational.
I just obviously know people in Tolono. They're all in line weaving around the bookcases, but they are going. But I ran next door to the Philo polling location, and they are still systems down.
Okay. All right. Again, that's what we know on the county voting problems this morning. Aaron Ammons called in earlier this morning, just half hour ago, to talk about it. Said it's a vendor issue, but that wouldn't make sense if Tolono worked. I don't get it. Anyway, we will let you know what I know. 217-359-2255. If you know any information, you just voted somewhere, let us know. All right, Ed and Johnny. All right, Ed, so it comes down to what? I mean, tonight we're going to know something, but if Phoenix says it's going to take me 3 weeks with 79 issues on Maricopa County's ballot, 2 full pages front and back, what the heck is that anyway? So you think we'll know a winner tonight?
Well, yeah, look, there's a couple things that work out in the favor of Republicans because, as Johnny alluded to, you have energy on the Republican side. So you have had organized efforts to early vote and to do absentee ballots and all that. So in the key states tonight, by about 8 o'clock, really a little bit earlier, you're going to be able to have to count the Georgia, I believe it's 3 or 4 of the early swing states. They have to count the early voting that's in. They already had that in. It stopped on Sunday in most places. Some of it stopped yesterday, but they're running that all day, and they'll have numbers. They will have numbers, and when those numbers start to come out, people that are math guys, I guess Johnny could have done this if he wanted to instead of being the Einstein of oil and gas. Numbers guys will run all this, and they'll start to say, oh shoot, if you're in a county and you have this happen in these numbers, that's what it's going to mean. And so I think tonight you'll know. And what I think people should hope and pray for, frankly, is that you get in Georgia, North Carolina, maybe Michigan, California, Pennsylvania will be a mess. They have rules that make it so it's going to be messy. It's going to take a couple of days, maybe till Friday. But I think you'll see enough numbers. They call races based on the math that they see earlier, much earlier than the last ballot is counted. So I think tonight you are going to see something pretty early because the early voting and the absentee balloting have to be counted in a few of these key places. And I do think the likelihood, again, I'm rosy. I get rose-colored glasses by about now. What I'm looking at is Nevada is going to go Republican. Harry Reid is dead, and Harry Reid's family is not as strong as he was. That's who used to hold Nevada in the palm of his hand. It was an old-fashioned machine, and now the machine is weaker, and Trump is popular with working people. There's a lot of working people in Nevada. So Nevada's going to have numbers, I think, by midday their time, which will be 3 o'clock here, where you'll say, okay, if that's happening in Clark County, that means this thing is going Trump's way. And I think that kind of momentum will happen. Arizona, Trump is going to win pretty handily. I don't know if Kerry Lake will. That's a different problem down ticket a little bit. But that's I think you will see tonight a decision. You got to hope it's big enough in Trump's favor so that they call it,
right.
And then the rest of it becomes a counting problem,
right.
as opposed to they wait and it's a dragging on.
That would be best case scenario. But Steve, I think you're right. You have to ultimately trust in God and say your prayers. I think Kennedy did think we would hold the House and the Senate, Eddie. So
yeah.
You're talking about now again, Senator John Kennedy.
Senator John Kennedy. Yes, the senator from Louisiana who we've talked about before and who I've known for many years, and he gave us an update last night in a fundraiser for him. He's still raising money, Eddie. Still,
because as he said, Johnny, Nancy Pelosi needs to stop taking Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
Well, I will say about the House and Senate. I think that sounds right. Look, there's a fairly conservative Republican named Henry Olson, who is like one of these egghead guys, and he wrote a piece yesterday. He thinks it's 55 Republican senators, highest number since 1930, because of what he's seeing. And definitely the House holds, maybe by the similar margin, but maybe by a few more. I think when Trump is running, again, the energy, the turnout, if you don't have to pay, and you're a lower candidate, you're the House or Senate, if you don't have to pay to get it out, meaning like having enough canvassers and all, because of the energy of Trump, it's lifting your boat naturally. And so I do think that those look safe to me, and they're going to pick up some, even New York, where they're worried about some of these seats, they actually look like they're okay now, holding Republican. California, there's maybe 2 or 3 seats that are Democrats that are looking like they could go to a Republican House seat. So I think that is an upside. But again, I think, and look, if Donald Trump wins and gets a House of 53 or 55 senators, a Senate of 53 to 55 senators, and the House, the first 6 to 8 months are going to be some kind of wonderful from where I sit.
Well, and that's interesting. I think that's 100% with Trump. Things change, and that includes Arizona and Kari Lake. I don't think she would win if it wasn't for Trump, run for president. Yeah. But she might have a chance because of Trump.
Yeah.
It's called the coattail syndrome.
Yep. Well, okay, so Ed, we're going to try and call you tomorrow. Is that right? Are you going to be? You're not.
You bet. Yeah, you bet. Yep. We'll see. I mean, unless I'm, before the Supreme Court arguing about hanging cads or something.
I know Johnny. Eddie was in front of the nation, right behind Trump.
I know.
What? Oh yeah.
I saw your picture right behind Trump sitting there at the Virginia rally, and I said, "That's the guy I just saw in the magazine of GQ. That was you, man."
That's right. Exactly. That's right. No, that's not Bob. They said that's not Bobby Kennedy. He looks like JFK. No, listen, guys. It's always better to be lucky than good. I had a reserved seat, and I got there, and my reserved seat with my name on it was nowhere to be found. And I said, "Well, what do you mean? Like, I'm here. What am I going to do? There's only cheap seats up in the nosebleeds." I said, "I'm Ed Martin." And he said, "Well, there's a few seats back there if you want to sit right behind the stage." And I said, "Behind the stage, I got to look at the guy in the back of his head?" And they said, "Well, yeah." And I said, "Well, I guess I'll take him." And I sat there, and I suddenly thought, "Oh, no, I better check my hair here because I'm right in the screenshot." And by the way, it's an optical illusion. It makes it look like you're right behind Trump, like 5 feet away. He turns and shakes your hand. Yeah. You're about 50 feet away.
Wow.
But everybody in the country, my mom texted me and said, "What are you doing down in Salem, Virginia there?" And I said, "Well, trying to save America."
Well, look, hey, Stevie, we got to talk because when we call Eddie, we have to have there is a scenario where we're going to have to say, "Eddie, do not jump back away from the edge of the bridge."
That's right. That's right. Well, we'll call both of you in the morning, and we'll recap what we know. But thank you, Ed, and thank you, Johnny. Appreciate both of you being on, and we'll call you in the morning.
Be careful out there, Eddie.
God bless.
Thanks a lot.
God bless you. Thank you. Ed Martin out in Pennsylvania this morning. He's a poll watcher. And Johnny down in Louisiana did meet with Senator John Kennedy, the senator from Louisiana who talks like I just said. He has that accent. 7:54, quick weather, and then we'll call our veterinarian friend. Again, nothing updated on the election in Champaign County. For what we know, most, if not all, we know Tolona's working. That's somebody there has confirmed that. Other than that, we don't think things are working. And Aaron Ammons himself said it's a vendor issue.
Right.
But he can't reach the vendor.
And
what do you mean he can't reach the vendor?
Right.
It's like, okay, can we land the plane? I can't reach the pilot. Well, go knock on the door. I mean, there's got to be a reachable person. That would just drive me nuts.
And we had heard from other people that Champaign Public Library was going, but I don't have a relative in that building to confirm that. And Aaron Adams, just when he was on, said all down as 65
But
polling places.
you saw somebody in the building voting.
Yes.
In Kelowna. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, there you have that. Okay, we'll check your weather. Be right back with our veterinarian, Dr. Todd. Fleas apparently a thing in November. What?
If you have any comments, 359-2255. Maybe voting is going now.
All right, let us know anecdotally. We don't know. We've heard nothing positive from the standpoint of being able to vote. A system failure, unbelievable, for 65 locations.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. For Central Champaign event of Saturday. It'll be a wind-blown, showery day's worth of weather on this Election Day 2024. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm. See a batch or two of shower activity this morning, back in this afternoon. And boy, those gauges at already 1 to 3 in some spots, closing in on 5 inches since the weekend, up to 65. So no real significant climb on temperatures. The wind advisory in effect as well through early afternoon. Open areas will see gusts to 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the south and southwest. Windy, much cooler for tonight. Showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this evening. On the overnight, down to 47. Diminishing southwest winds will turn light west and northwest. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 59. Down to 42 tomorrow night. Sunshine, 58 on Thursday. About 62 on Friday. The second of 3 wet weather systems due in late Saturday and Sunday. Weekend highs in the low to mid 60s. And mild weather continues on for next week with another round of rainfall early to mid next week as well, with highs again in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Okay, so again, we want to be a conduit of information. If you have any information on the failure of being able to vote this morning, 217-359-2255. That's our Fisher National Bank text line. Illinois wins in basketball over Eastern, and Eastern is picked 6th in their whole conference, so they're not bad, but we beat them 112-67. With Will Riley, the 18-year-old from Canada, scoring in 31.
Yeah.
Dr. Todd Likens, the pet pro, Madison Kirby, home of the White Goldens. How are you, my friend? I hear fleas in November?
Yeah, I think I saw at least 31 fleas on some poor little kitten the other day.
Oh, dear.
So, wow. You know, it's the fleas have been building up all summer, and now the populations are high. And as we get into the shorter days and everything, they start riding the pets into the house, so they're ready to come into your home for the winter. They're not dumb. It's you got to be on guard. Keep your flea products up to date, especially in little ones. This little guy was anemic because he had so many fleas that they were made him anemic by sucking so much blood.
Yeah, and then check them frequently, right? Check the skin of the pet.
Right, I like looking over the base of the tail. You flip the hair there, and if you see movement, that's a flea. Or if you see a little kind of hook-shaped dirt-type color stuff, that's flea stuff there. Between the rear legs is another good place to look.
I mean, they say, hey, flea brain. I mean, they can say things that are derogatory, but if you think about it, the flea knows back by the tail the dog can't get to you. That's so mean. That's so mean.
I love the fact they can go for months without eating, unlike me. So, I mean, they're built to survive.
All right, so again, you have product that's oral product, correct, for fleas now?
We for dog use, the kitty stuff is still topical is the way to go.
Okay.
But doggy, yes, the oral pills are by far the better product. Again, I'm seeing a lot more on the kitties now than the dogs.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay, so how can people connect with you, Dr. Todd Likens?
Hey, Taylor's already asked me a million questions, so she's on the text line at 217-355-5051.
Hey, always a pleasure, Todd. Talk to you soon.
Right.
Thank you. ESPN 93.5. All right, so it's been a busy morning already because we had in Philo where there's a voting poll.
Okay, so now I'm getting a text from my relative that's in line in Tolono saying, I think it's actually down still.
Oh.
Now I've ended up leaving because I got to get to class.
All right, so system-wide out. System-wide is out. And so there's been no voting in Champaign County except for a very precious few at 6 a.m. somehow got a vote in.
That's right.
So, and Aaron Ammons joined us earlier this hour and said, hey, it's a vendor issue. We're trying to reach the vendor, which triggered me going, you got to be kidding. I can't reach the vendor on Election Day. That would, yeah, but he said I got to work and he's right. He's got to think about what to do versus get mad.
Well, as soon as I went to the polling place next door in Philo, and I said, I think Tolono's up. I have a relative in line, but they all are like, what?
No, it doesn't make sense. All right, so we're down countywide. That's
Yes,
what we got. If I get
65 polling places.
Any information, we will pass it along immediately to you. And if you have anything to share, so sorry about what's happening. It's a real shame. All the effort put into this thing. All right, 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line. It is 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Americans who didn't vote early are doing it now. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The polls are open in all or parts of 44 states, including all the battleground toss-ups like Pennsylvania, where this voter went for former President Trump.
I mean, it's the only option because if we go the other way, then I don't even want to talk about what's going to happen.
The former president held rallies in Pennsylvania and then North Carolina before the final Trump rally early this morning in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Kamala has delivered soaring prices and true economic anguish at home, war and chaos abroad.
He'll vote in Florida later today. Vice President Harris is among the 82-plus million Americans who already voted early.
America is ready for a fresh start.
That was at the last Harris rally late last night in Philadelphia.
Ready for a new way forward where we see our fellow American not as an enemy, but as a neighbor.
Now, also on the ballot today, control of Congress.
Fox News Power Rankings have 22 seats in the House that are up for grabs, ranked as toss-up, many of those in New York and California. Democrats are hoping that Republicans blow their ground game and that Democrats can pick up enough seats to actually flip the House. But holding on to the Senate looking like an uphill battle for Democrats.
That's Fox Business Network's Hillary Vaughn at the Capitol. Israel targeted Hamas weapons storage with an airstrike in Gaza that Palestinian officials say hit a house and killed 20 people, including children. Also overseas, a terrorism plot believed to involve devices intended to be put on airplanes here.
Prosecutors in Poland say a series of parcel fires in European warehouses were a trial run, and the United States was the ultimate target. Packages containing explosives were allegedly sent via courier companies to 4 countries. They spontaneously blew up or burst into flames.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Florida is not considered one of the presidential race battlegrounds, but Democrats hope for an upset there. And in the Senate race, trying to unseat Republican Rick Scott in the attempt to keep Democrats in the Senate majority. Florida also has issues on the ballot.
Florida voters will choose whether or not to amend their state constitution on a number of issues. The 2 amendment proposals getting the most attention have to do with marijuana and abortion. Proponents of Florida's Amendment 3 say it would allow recreational use of marijuana, but state leaders like Governor Ron DeSantis say it will only allow marijuana to be sold by big corporations and not legalize home growing. Florida Amendment 4 would do away with Florida law limiting abortion to the first 6 weeks of pregnancy and allow minors to undergo the procedure without parental permission. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
9 other states also have abortion rights on the ballot, including Arizona and Nevada, which are considered battlegrounds in the presidential race, with polls showing a close Trump-Harris contest. The Boeing strike is over. Workers approved a new contract on day 53 of their walkout and can return to their jobs as soon as tomorrow, so Boeing can restart shuttered airplane production. On Wall Street, stocks could rise, futures moving higher the day after selling. On Monday Night Football, the defending champion Chiefs stay undefeated.
The Chiefs were pushed to overtime by the Buccaneers before Kansas City won the game 30-24 on a 2-yard touchdown run by Kareem Hunt on the first drive of overtime. Kansas City trailed 17-10 to start the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes threw touchdown passes to Samaje Perine and DeAndre Hopkins for a 24-17 lead before Baker Mayfield found Ryan Miller for a 1-yard score with 27 seconds left in regulation. Tampa Bay chose to kick a game-tying extra point instead of a potential go-ahead 2-point conversion.
That's Fox's Jared Max. The Chiefs are now 8-0. The Buccaneers fall to 4-5 on the NFL season. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Woman dead and follows a crash in Rantoul. Julie Wargelot died following the accident Sunday. Police say Wargelot's car left the road before rolling and stopping in a plowed field south of 1400 East and 2700 North in rural Rantoul. The death remains under investigation. Open enrollment of the Get Covered Illinois Health Insurance Marketplace underway. Illinoisans can enroll through January 15. 11th health insurance companies are offering plans. That shows nearly 399,000 Illinois residents enrolled in ACA Marketplace during open enrollment last year. Champaign man charged in a shooting outside a Rantoul convenience store last month. Police say Daniel Hodge Jr. arrested Friday at the Courtesy Motel in Urbana on a warrant for attempted murder. He was wanted in the shooting of a Ludlow man outside a Circle K on East Grove Avenue. The victim sent to the hospital for treatment. And that's a check of what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, okay, so what happens when things like this occur is you get anecdotal stuff and you're not sure, and you got this site and this site. Apparently all the voting sites in Champaign County, 65 of them are down. And what we heard is it's because of vendor issue. There's no way for you to vote right now. People have gone in line and stood and left. Can't vote. So what impact that has, we had Aaron Ammons on earlier last hour. I'll play the clip again about, hey, it's a vendor issue. We're trying to reach the vendor, which is shocking to me. Because how can you not reach the vendor in charge of your election? I mean, they should be living near your house, if not in the garage. They have to be there on election day. That's the time you needed. So it's frustration abounds in Champaign County this morning and there's a lot of criticism of Aaron Ammons. He's had a lot of criticism during his tenure. And, we're hearing it on the text line at 217-359-2255.
So, and Channel 3 put in a report talking about voters across the state heading to polls, speaking with several county clerks, having troubles, reports of 8 a.m. Champaign County voting systems online, voters not able to cast votes. Sangamon County, same-day registration is slowed, but still possible.
Piatt's working then, but Champaign is not. And there's Sangamon County, Springfield, and one other county in the state, so maybe they're all using the same vendor.
Said they can't access information remotely, so election judges are having to call back to the county clerk's office to pull up information there and relay it over the phone.
Wow. All right, check your weather. Our meteorologist extraordinaire is Mr. Greg Solier. He thinks, 4 inches or so have fallen in the last few days?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure probably some spots even at or just a hair above 5 inches. The 24-hour totals, now this is taking into account, obviously, the stuff that came through over the back end of the weekend. Right here, just slightly down the road at here in Philo, 275. That's a 24-hour rainfall total. You get out around the State Road area a little bit, just about on the Vermilion County line. Some of their rainfall totals at about an inch and a little more than 3/4. And most of the 24-hour totals are generally in the inch and 3/4 to about 2.5 inch category. Put that on top of the 137 that we had here over the weekend. And we're close to 5 inches either side of that. 255, by the way, at Willard and Savoy. 310 the past 24 hours at Decatur. 165 at Lincoln, and an inch and a half up around the Bloomington Normal area. If you were to pencil a line from about Penfield Springfield down to Ivesdale, north and west of there. Steady light rain. We didn't have any severe weather. There were no high winds. There were no reports of thunder, or at least a significant lightning, a little rumble of thunder in the background. So this is certainly not obviously storm related. But the rain and the showers are still with us, and it's a sharp cutoff. I-57, I-55 corridor, and north and northwest. The better coverage is for the day today. And gusty south and southwesterly winds, although it's 63 now at Willard and Savoy. It's just a docile south wind at 5, so that's open areas till 2 o'clock this afternoon, the wind advisory. With the showers and temperatures holding in the low to mid 60s for the day's high. Overnight lows tonight, cooler 47 on a gusty southwest to west wind that'll diminish on the overnight, and the rains will end this evening. Tomorrow, partly sunny 59 into the upper 50s with sunshine on Thursday. 62 Friday. There may be some rain for the big high school football game Saturday in the afternoon at 65. Still showery Sunday, and more rain back in here in the middle and late portions of next week. But the mild pattern continues on as well, with daytime temperatures generally ranging through the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. 810 ESPN 93.5.
A few texts in.
Yeah.
This one says, direct information from a Tolono voting judge that says it's slow, but it is going. Now, see, when we read the report from WCIA, it talked how they're gathering information. But again, is everybody doing this? Are we
I don't know.
All on the same page?
In all intents and purposes, we don't have voting right now.
Right.
County Clerk Aaron Ammons joined us last hour.
Right now, we have an issue with all across the county, as well as in other counties. I've talked to some of my colleagues in Sangamon County and Ogle County. They are also down. They're experiencing the same issue. So at this point, I am going to conclude that is an issue with our vendor who's having some sort of issues that we're still not even sure what it is at this point. We're trying to get in touch with them. So, I'm very, very sorry this is happening. We had got off to a great start. Over 50,000 people have already voted early, if you take early and mail. So we were really looking forward to a smooth day today. What I am doing in the meantime, Stevie, and to all the listeners out there, I've already reached out to the state attorney, state board of elections. So we are working to get an injunction that will extend the voting hours. So to all those who have come early or who were planning to come early, we're going to get these hours extended. I don't know exactly what time it will be at this point, but as soon as I get that final information, I will be giving you all a call back, Stevie, and try to see if we can get this information.
It's Aaron Ammons last hour explaining he thinks it's a vendor issue. I mean, but again, at this point, you're going, okay, boy, we're sure mad we can't vote. But then you're thinking, okay, extend the hours to when? Like 10 tonight? Or
That's what the judges said. When I visited with Philo next door to us.
They were here at 5 a.m.
They're like, oh, joy.
Yeah, exactly. So it might be
longer.
But the other issue is, campus traditionally has had a huge impact for Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
What if that went away? Could the county shift in some of these races, and what kind of legal maneuver would you have if you said, man, the polls went only have another day, that kind of thing? I don't know. This sounds very legal to me at some point, unless they get it going fairly soon.
Again, 359-2255. Kathy, just curious, is this just Champaign County?
He said Ogle and he said Sangamon. I don't know where Ogle County is, north maybe? I don't know.
Andy's saying, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't recall having any of these problems voting on Election Day with previous county clerks in Champaign County. Direct information about Tolono. It's going, but it's slow. That's from a judge. Joe said just stopped in Philo. They can't get a hold of the county office. No update.
Man.
So thanks for your input at 359-2255 on Election Day.
And we definitely, in the interim of getting nuggets of information, and we'll let you know what I know till we're off the air at 9 this morning, as long as we can. And if something happens later in the day and you're listening to ESPN, we'll pop on and just give it to you. But yeah, we're all kind of struggling this morning because this is a big deal. This is a big deal for a lot of people. And obviously we know that, but boy, it's Election Day. Anyway.
So, and I asked, Aaron Ammons, what do we do to get more updates and information? And he said, follow our website and social media, but I just don't see anything up. So, maybe they're going to get to that once things are up. Our Illini basketball team won yesterday to start the season, 112-67 over EIU. Next game will be SIU Edwardsville at 7 o'clock on Friday night, and that's Peacock and streaming.
Yep.
We are giving away another round of tickets here on ESPN 93.5 as you text in Illini to 359-2255.
And we did have 5 people that were able to name the starting 5. Remarkable. And so what are we doing? We're reaching out to them. We have Odenton, Maryland, St. Joseph, Illinois, Champaign, Illinois, Rantoul, Illinois, and Springfield, Illinois.
Okay, then.
So we've got, we have heard from 4 of the 5 winners. I was going to have a drawing for $3,000, and I said, if you dudes want to split it and get $600 each, I'm good with that too. And 4 of the 5 have agreed. We have not heard from the 5th.
Okay.
If they all agree, we shall get them a check for $600 each for being so doggone good at naming the starting 5.
That's right.
I would conclude that Brad, as of days ago, didn't know, but now he does. He's got a starting 5, and he got a lot of. And Ty Rogers.
Yeah.
I got the hour about 6 o'clock, an hour before tip-off. Ty Rogers, the guy that started for an Elite 8 team 34 times last year, is redshirting.
Brad, a year ago you were talking about Sincere going down the development path, and obviously he didn't end up staying here. Is it difficult when you expect a guy in a certain role, and then with the red shirt there's no guarantee you'll have them the following year?
Yeah, it's a world we're in. It's a world we're in. I think he's in Illini. I think he's our guy. He's we love Ty to death, but our world doesn't have any guarantees now, and so we'll do everything that we can do within our power to to help him be as successful as he can be, and there's no rhyme or reason to anything, but we sure hope he's an Illini.
Yeah, we all like Ty Rogers. He's a terrific young man and very talented. He does not shoot the outside shot very well, but boy, he's terrific. He's a great guy. Everybody says it. I've not met him he's a great kid. So it's a shame, and obviously he says, I'm not going to play much with this bunch, and why wouldn't I go to XYZ? They're going to pay me, all that stuff. Everybody would want Ty Rogers. A lot of teams would pay good money for Ty Rogers in the NIL era, but we've got a basketball team this year that is arguably at all, maybe just we're better talent-wise than we were when we went to the Elite 8. So that's exciting, but somebody's not going to play much. And maybe Ty said, it's not going to be me, so he'll redshirt. I hope he stays, but high likelihood he won't. He'll practice with the team and stuff and fulfill the scholarship and all those. He's a great young man. He's from Michigan. I mean, Michigan State wanted him bad back in the day. So anyway, that was a bummer because I really like Ty Rogers.
The Illinois women will face Florida State, ranked number 19, for their season opener Thursday at 6. Illinois volleyball against number 20 USC at 5 o'clock on Friday. And we've got a game time for the game against Michigan State on November 16th. It's 1:30.
Never heard of that.
For Senior Day.
Name the last time we had a 1:30 kickoff.
Right.
Odd. I mean, it's on TV, right? No, we've fallen from Michigan, Oregon to off TV. It's got to be on TV. But they're all 11 and 2.
I know.
They're all 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., and so maybe we got bumped off the television.
1:30 kickoff. Well, Kansas City beat Tampa Bay in overtime, 30-24.
8-0. The Kansas City's trying to win their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. Never been done. Never been done. They're not going to beat the Miami Dolphins of 72, or at least tie the Miami Dolphins by going undefeated, are they? They're 8-0. They're going to win them all? I wouldn't put it back. We need Patrick Mahomes. A point in that game, he had 3rd down. He was 11 for 11 on passing on 3rd. You have Patrick Mahomes. I don't care what he looks like. He doesn't look as fast as he was. He's just great.
Nerves of steel, reads the game, reads the plays.
He's just clutch. He's so good at football. It's just whoever has Patrick Mahomes as the Super Bowl favorite, maybe he'll go to the Saints.
That's right. Pacers over Dallas in NBA action. We had Utah beating the Bulls and Cleveland over the Milwaukee Bucks. So more text coming in to 359-2255 on the Champaign County 65 polling locations all being down. And so somebody saying we've passed 2 hours of being down. The post that I saw on the Champaign County Clerks was put up at 7:40 talking about the vendor issues and systems are down.
I mean, it's just bad. Weather brought to you by Watts Company Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Get a free evaluation. Call Watts, locally owned, 217-352-0428. You know, sometimes it's not enough to do your best. You have to do what's required.
Kelly says, do you think the repairman is a Republican or a Democrat? Have a good day, guys.
Yeah. That's kind of where we are here. 8:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. And the rains continue on, and a significant drop off to the east and south in scope, coverage, and intensity. A pickup to the north and west, and right here in Champaign County as well. Some spots at 3 and already close to 5 inches since the weekend, and 5 to more than 8 down towards the St. Louis area with flooding there and heavier showers and thunderstorms all the way down into eastern Oklahoma. The rain pattern up into the Great Lakes region. This is the first of 3 significant rain features coming our way. Another one for the weekend, another one due in mid next week. But otherwise, on this election day, up to 65, there are wind advisories in effect until 2 o'clock. Nothing too terribly strong right now. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm this morning, again this afternoon. The rains wind down this evening. Southwest wind will be gusty for a time, diminish on the overnight, low down to 47. Partly sunny, 59 tomorrow. Sunshine and highs near 60 Thursday and Friday. More rain back in late Saturday and Sunday, and mid next week as well. Mild weather continues on with highs in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Boeing shares are up more than 1%. Its machinists accepted a fresh offer to end their strike after nearly 8 weeks. Some employees will be back to work tomorrow, though getting factories up to speed will take weeks. Yum Brands, parent of Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut, is reporting a disappointing quarter. Only Taco Bell sales improved in recent months. Restaurant Brands, parent of Burger King, Popeyes, and Tim Hortons, is reporting a mixed quarter. Nintendo's profit declined 60% in the last 6 months compared with a year ago. And some Wall Street analysts say no matter the outcome of the presidential election, gold prices will remain high. Berenberg analysts say that's because the Federal Reserve is likely to cut interest rates on Thursday. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
If you're in the market for a new car battery, you could go to one of those big box stores, except there's no guarantee you'll be served by an actual car expert.
Clean up in aisle 3.
You could pick a battery off the shelf, except it might be close to expiring. Or you could just come into Interstate. Don't make a big box store blunder. With competitive prices and a more personal, reliable approach, Interstate Batteries is the clear-cut choice if you want to guarantee yourself a new and trustworthy car battery. They're open and ready to serve you at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction.
Hey Illinois, get the ultimate winning combo with Circa Sports and Rosati's Pizza. Download and fund the Circa Sports Illinois app with just $20 and you'll score a free pizza. Bet big and taste the win with Circa Sports and Rosati's. It's sports betting the way it should be. Visit circasports.com/Rosati's. Must be 21 or older. Exclusions may apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today, family-owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Now at Jets, order any 3-topping pizza and get $5 off. Just use promo code 3TOP when ordering. That's the number 3, TOP. Want to impress family and friends and spend less? Get creative and build your own 3-topping pizza with their favorites for your holiday gatherings. Available in deep dish, thin crust, New York style, or hand toss round. Any 3-topping Jets pizza for $5 off with promo code 3TOP. It's a deal. Jets, better because it has to be.
All right, 8:25. I'm Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey. Here we are on Election Day, and we can't vote in Champaign County. There's system-wide failure, and there are a lot of unhappy people in our county. And because we have a distrust of government anyway, there's all kinds of... I just think something's down, something broke, but we don't know what it is.
I do have the alert up that's on ChampaignCountyClerkIL.gov that says we are experiencing technical difficulties processing voters. Right now, we are waiting to hear from the vendor what to fix or status update is. Other counties are also reporting the same issues, not being able to process voters / system is down. Meanwhile, Clerk Ammons is working with the state's attorney office to extend voting hours. Please be patient. We are doing everything we can. Please stay tuned for further updates.
Well, then you ask the question as you extrapolate out, what happens? Mm-hmm. What if we don't get it back? Mm-hmm. You know, I got stranded in Los Angeles once on a trip, and Bill Owen, the best tour coordinator in the history of travel, was on the phone with me for 2 hours while I guided everybody through. They need to be on the phone with Aaron Ammons while I guide it. Don't hang up. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of cell. Well, plug it in. I mean, this is urgent. This is critical. This is democracy. This is our opportunity to exercise our privilege. I mean, this is an outrage. And I point all the fingers you want. We don't know. But we need to know. We need to know who the vendor is. I've never heard who the vendor is. We had a vendor thing last time, didn't we? We have to know the vendor. I need to know the name of the vendor because I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is outrageous that this is occurring. And Aaron Ammons was on with me last hour. He'd agree. He says, I don't want to get too upset right now because he's got to work the problem. But I'm just wondering the what ifs now. I mean, it's 8:26 in the morning and nobody's voted.
They did get a few right out of the gate that were there at 6 o'clock, but just a handful.
100 people, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. 56,000 have voted already in Champaign County. But we all know what happens on Election Day on campus. The students vote, and they're generally Democratic. And what happened? I mean, you got to have them vote. But what does the law say about how we fix this? Can you go to another day and just call a Champaign County extra election day?
Oh, man.
It's whatever. It's written in the book. Somebody knows the law. Anyway, it's a shame because there are a lot of people that are waiting for these returns, wondering if they're going to be in office, go back to office. And again, you know, Champaign County.
Take the students out of the formula, Stevie.
I don't know. I know
that would be an interesting look for Champaign County.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how I would get the early voting. Republicans got all over early voting. Are the Republicans winning offices right now? I don't know. Democrats are good early voting. Democrats are good mail-in votes. Some people still want to vote day of. Obviously, I came here to the offices here in Philo, and I couldn't even park.
Here's Tim, and in parentheses, he has sarcasm. I'm totally freaking out. I need Stevie to remind me that the 2024 election is the most safe and secure election we ever had. Where is your little postie with your claws on it that makes us able to stay on social media?
Just remember, 2020 was the safest and most secure election in U.S. history. And I am so glad Joe Biden is my president and Kamala Harris is my vice president.
Okay. And someone has texted, we are back up and running.
Where?
But that's all it says.
I can't go on that.
Just like my daughter Anna say in the line in Kelowna. I think they
apparently Sangamon County's working.
Okay, so and again the line was moving to
Sangamon, according to this source, Sangamon was not having trouble.
Oh,
they said they're working over there.
Okay.
But maybe that's a rumor. See, that's what happens when everybody starts doing
man.
telephone things. Like, no, that's what I heard. Mom over there talked to Tim who knew Fred, and he said it. They yelled at me.
We need some credible sources here.
This is just working at people, live radio. So we'll take what we can and try and figure out what's right. But whoever said it's working again, we hope.
All right,
we don't know.
Send some texts and see if we can get some answers.
Get some conference. That'd be outstanding. Missing a couple of hours we can live with.
Right.
Okay, news will be next. 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line. It's 8:30.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Hey Illinois, get the ultimate winning combo with Circa Sports and Rosati's Pizza. Download and fund the Circa Sports Illinois app with just $20 and you'll score a free pizza. Bet big and taste the win with Circa Sports and Rosati's. It's sports betting the way it should be. Visit circasports.com/Rosati's. Must be 21 or older. Exclusions may apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 82 million Americans voted early, 100 million more are eligible to vote on this election day to decide who will be the 47th president of the United States, former President Donald Trump or Vice President Kamala Harris.
With your vote in this election, you can show them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you.
America is ready for a fresh start. Ready for a new way forward where we see our fellow American not as an enemy, but as a neighbor.
Trump there in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Harris in Philadelphia. There are 33 Senate seats and all 435 House seats up for grabs. There are 146 state ballot measures, including abortion rights in 10 states. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Open enrollment of the Get Covered Illinois Health Insurance Marketplace underway. Illinoisans can enroll through January 15. 11th health insurance companies are offering plans. Data shows nearly 399,000 Illinois residents enrolled in ACA Marketplace during open enrollment last year. Champaign man charged in a shooting outside a Rantoul convenience store last month. Police say Daniel Hodge Jr. arrested Friday at the Courtesy Motel in Urbana on a warrant for attempted murder. He was wanted in the shooting of a Ludlow man outside a Circle K on East Grove Avenue. The victim sent to the hospital for treatment. Woman dead and follows a crash in Rantoul. Julie Wargalot died following the accident Sunday. Police say Wargalot's car left the road before rolling and stopping in a plowed field south of 1400 East and 2700 North in rural Rantoul. The death remains under investigation. And that's a check of what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Fighting Illini football is back at Memorial Stadium for the final home game of the season on Saturday, November 16th, as they take on the Michigan State Spartans. It's First Responders Day with a special ticket package that includes an Illinois branded hat with a design honoring our heroes in the community. Illinois football versus Michigan State, Saturday, November 16th. More info on special ticket packages available at fightingillini.com/promotions.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. For Central Champaign event this Saturday, it'll be a wind-blown, showery day's worth of weather, and this is Election Day 2024. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm. See a batch or two of shower activity this morning, back in this afternoon, and boy, those gauges at already 1 to 3 in some spots, closing in on 5 inches since the weekend, up to 65. So no real significant climb on temperatures. The wind advisory in effect as well through early afternoon. Open areas will see gusts to 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the south and southwest. Windy, much cooler for tonight. Showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this evening on the overnight down to 47. Diminishing southwest winds will turn light west and northwest. Tomorrow, partly sunny 59. Down to 42 tomorrow night. Sunshine 58 on Thursday. About 62 on Friday. The second of 3 wet weather systems due in late Saturday and Sunday. Weekend highs in the low to mid 60s. And mild weather continues on for next week with another round of rainfall early to mid next week as well, with highs again in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Piers has karaoke Fridays, the second and fourth Friday of the month after 9 p.m. Get into your weekend with $5 Crown Royal drinks plus $4 Fireball Friday shots. Tequila Tuesdays go south of the border with drink specials. And from 11 to 2, get lunch with a big taco for only $2.75. Wednesdays are wild with mason jar drinks, and it's country night. Happy Thursday with $5 Jack drinks and $4 Happy Dad and Happy Thursday seltzers. Every day is a good day at Pia's.
All right, we're getting some pretty good evidence that at least 2 polls have called and said they're voting. And so if you know any more, anecdotally, it sounds like there's hope here that we might be voting. And I think we can probably live with missing the first 2.5 hours, inconvenient as it may be, because you wanted to vote early because you had a busy day, all these other things. It'd be great news, and that's what we got. We don't have concrete evidence, but we're hearing from 2 poll sites that it's working.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll continue to monitor and let you know before we jump off here on the radio at 9 o'clock.
And we appreciate people knowing that this is something that we're talking about, the elections and the results. And here at Stevie Jay Broadcasting, we really care about all of this on ESPN 93.5 this morning and 359-2255 for you to contribute as a voter.
All right. Okay, we have about 24 more minutes where we're done for the day. Illinois basketball, we haven't talked a ton about it because of the voting problems in Champaign County. We were completely dark since 6. And now it appears we're getting back. So again,
more like 6:05 because there was a few people that did get in early when they were there when the polls opened.
So we win in basketball 112 to 67. It's Eastern Illinois, but Eastern is again not a bad basketball team, but we were exceptional on scoring the basketball, as they say. Illinois 112 to 67. I don't know what the all-time record for most points in a game of Illinois, but 112, you don't get to 112 very often in college basketball.
Right.
Will Riley, the kid from Canada, led the team with 31 points, and they call it a heater. You get on a heater where you shoot it, and it's going in. How often, Brad Underwood, does the kid get on a heater in practice?
About every day. Yeah, he's just got a gift. It's he was our leading scorer in the Butler scrimmage. He was a guy that competes. He enjoys it. He is, and when he gets 1 or 2 going, it's so many ways. he understands. He got the foul line. It was offensive rebounding. It was 15 footers. It was threes off the dribble. It's a little bit of everything. So he's not just, hey, we're going to do this one thing and stop him. He's got a pretty full package.
Yeah, I guess he does. I remember they asked him about when Will Riley committed to Illinois. I think somebody said, so how long will it take Will to really kind of, Brad went, now? So,
yeah,
he's that ready. Well, he's projected a first-round NBAer, as is Kazmaris
Yakachonis.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Kazmaris Yakachonis is going to be there's one draft board that has Kazmaris a number 6 pick.
He had 11 yesterday, team high, 7 assists and 5 rebounds.
And we run it up and down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perez Johnson Jr. tied freshman record for blocks with 6 on his college debut.
Illini
Hauled
Union.
in 8 rebounds.
And that who's who?
That was Perez Johnson Jr.
Yeah, Perez tied a record. Yeah, you said 6 blocks. That's awesome. Texter, I am at the Union. Was told the voting was working as of 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
All right, so we sound like we've got some footing.
I think we're starting to pick up speed again on the 65 polling locations as they are checking in.
Really good news, and I think very survivable from the standpoint of absolute disaster. And I don't even know if you have to keep anything open late. The only people getting up that early to go vote can probably figure it out before 7.
Mm-hmm.
You got till 7. And those that get up early to vote are people that vote on Election Day and want to vote on Election Day. But you got to go back, and it's inconvenient, but at least you can vote. So there is all that. Okay, we did have 5 winners of Name the Starting 5 for $3,000.
You just got the final one saying, I'll take the 600?
Nope.
Oh.
Got 4.
Okay.
There's one person still holding out. I haven't been able to reach him. But we did have 5 people. Back in May, June, I said, this is ridiculous. We got 10 new players. Nobody has a clue who anybody is. You can't name the starting 5. And many people did try, and 5 got it right. So you had Yakachonis starting. You had Kylan Boswell starting.
Oh, Kylan Boswell. That's the one I
Ben
didn't
Humrickhouse starting. You had...
was Drake Longhorn?
Nope. Tomislav Izvicic?
Yes.
Izvicic. And then the 5th guy was Trey White.
Trey White.
So people had all 5. Congratulations. You did this in June, people.
I know.
That's very impressive.
It is.
To be able to figure that out. And only 1 entry per household. They all did the right things. Nobody else.
Okay, good.
So I had Chase from Odenton, Maryland. Pick him right. We had Trent from St. Joe, pick it right. Heath from Champaign, pick it right. Keith from Rantoul, pick it right. And Chris in Springfield.
Okay.
As we expand our map with, of course, the internet and streaming.
And thank you to Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing for sponsoring the contest back in June. We also had support from the U of I Orange and Blue Golf Course and Thomas and Ellers Insurance.
Okay, there you go. So we put it out there since there's 5. We could have a drawing for all $3,000. And 4 of the 5 have said, I'll take the 600 and split it. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also, and so we'll reach the 5th person. If they want a drawing, we'll do a drawing. If they say I'll split it, we'll write $500-$600 checks, and congratulations to them all.
And that's better tax-wise, I feel like.
There's another pool that is unique out there in the world of gambling, where every week in the NFL you have to pick one winner. You pick one winner every week in the NFL, and that can get crazy as far as like $800,000 pool kind of thing with 33,000 people in it. A friend of mine was in that and just got eliminated when he picked the Saints over Carolina Sunday. It is County Clerk Ammons. I think we're working, Aaron. Is that correct?
That is my understanding. Woo. I did notice a notification first from the vendor. Then I just spoke with them, and they said that we are back up and running. That's going to take some, I wouldn't say take some time, but there's some few things after you go down like that. We had to get everybody to sort of reboot their systems and things like that. But we've had over 1,400 people vote since 8 o'clock.
Okay, good news. That's I heard from the Illini Union. I've heard from Philo because I'm here. and I heard from Muhammad. And they're all going. So I think, listen, this is survivable, but this was a catch your breath kind of moment this morning. Can't imagine being responsible for all that, because that'd freak you out. I'm glad the vendor is involved, because that's where I'd go baseball manager on an umpire all over again. How do you mean I can't reach you? Get over here!
Right.
Anyway, Aaron, sorry, all good. All good. Okay, all right, so we think it's going. Let us know if we can help, again, spread the information out there that it's all good now. So go back. If you were there at 6 a.m. and got disappointed, come back. You got time until 7 tonight, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to try to see if we can get we're going to work on this injunction. I just talked to the state's attorney as well, waiting on a judge to have a schedule that we can that can accommodate us. And then my objective is to keep it open until 9 p.m.
Okay, 2 hours.
As soon as I get actual confirmation on that, then I'll get back with everyone. But that would be my objective.
Okay.
And my goal, since we were down 2 hours, I want to extend 2 hours.
Okay, let us know on that. And your judges are all going, what? 2 more hours? Really? Give me more pizza. Hello?
They troopers, though.
I know they are. They are. All right, Aaron, thank you for checking in. Let us know if we can help.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve.
You bet. Aaron Ammons, the county clerk. All right, well, that's good.
Okay.
All right, 8:43. In 1925, Bud and Bee Reichert founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining with plumbing, piping, ventilation, and HVAC service. As one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest, their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for iconic structures like the Siebel Center, the Campus Instructional Facility, Carl at the Fields, Chemical and Life Science Lab, the Carl Heart and Vascular Service, and literally dozens more. Their impact on Champaign-Urbana is legendary. For nearly a century, A&R Mechanical has been a cornerstone of our community. Congratulations, A&R Mechanical, on nearly 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. Visit ar-mech.com for more details.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hello, Champaign County. My name is Jeff Wilson, Champaign County Board Member. I am asking you to elect my friend Steve Thuney for County Coroner. Our county deserves and needs a compassionate and highly qualified coroner. That person is Steve Thuney. As your current coroner, Steve Thuney will continue to be there for you. Your vote matters. Vote early, by mail, or on Election Day, and join me, Jeff Wilson, in voting for Steve Thuney for County Coroner. This ad paid for by the Champaign County GOP.
Okay. When it comes to finding, hold on. We have pretty much situated that we're back on the voting world, and that's all good.
Right.
And that's been kind of harrowing since 6 a.m.
We haven't touched on some of our veteran stuff. Of course, coming up on Monday is Veterans Day, and ABC Heating and Air is doing a free HVAC system from those who know a vet who might be in need.
Yeah.
So you text VET to 359-2255 in case you'd like to nominate someone to get a free HVAC system from ABC.
It's a heck of a deal, and it can be you who nominates that special person that is in some need. And I think that sometimes the veterans are very proud, and they don't want to, shine a light on them. They're very humble. But if they truly need something and you know about it, let us know by texting in VET. And then it'd be very simple to nominate somebody, or if you yourself are in need, you can let us know. We really would like to help. So again, it's from ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the Cribbett family, Mike and Gina, great local people. They've been in business over 50 years at ABC. So again, 217-359-2255. Probably the most prolific law enforcement family in our county, and maybe the history of our county. The Brown family, his dad, Joe Brown, was a Champaign County sheriff for 12 years, and then his twin brother, Tony, served with him 25 years U of I. John Brown is the deputy chief of police in Tolono, and law enforcement is just in your family. Now your son, Evan, is on the Champaign Police
Yes,
department?
he's been there just over a year, and before that, he worked for Muhammad.
So you were obviously influenced by your dad, I guess, huh?
I would say so. I guess Tony and I, being identical twins, think a lot alike, and about junior year in high school, we both decided we wanted to go in law enforcement.
Served together in the U of I police force. That's probably the only identical twins ever in our county to serve together 25 years.
I would say that that's probably accurate.
I'm John Brown. He is our law enforcement official of the month.
He's the Deputy Chief of Police in Tolono, and thank you to Stephanie Pratt, our realtor that rocks with Coldwell Banker. Stephanie's awesome in supporting our law enforcement. Invest in yourself with free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Instead of losing a little each month in fees, wouldn't it be nice to earn on your money? Switch to Fisher National. They offer excellent annual percentage yields with no minimum balance or service fees. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit a month. It's as easy as that to maximize on your money with a bank ready to invest in you. Learn more at FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Hello, Champaign County voters. This is Alan Anderson, candidate for auditor. We have a problem. A recent disclosure showed that our county missed out on earning more than $2 million over the past 3 years because taxpayer funds were deposited in extremely low-yielding bank accounts when they should have been invested elsewhere and earned much higher rates of return. This is a painful reminder of the crucial role the auditor's office should be playing in our county. It's not a job for an external auditor nor computer software. It's a job for a dedicated, vigilant auditor. The current auditor failed to find this problem until recently because he rarely looked at the county's financial transactions. Records show he did so only 20 times in a recent 461-day period. We need an auditor who worked for the county 100% of the time, not 5%. Your vote for Alan Anderson as the next Champaign County auditor may be worth millions. Please visit my website at andersonforauditor.com. I am Alan Anderson, and I approve this message. Paid for by Anderson for Auditor.
Paul's Machine has served the grain industry for over 40 years. Area farmers need systems to operate at peak efficiency. To get your season startup assistance now with remote and on-site diagnostics and troubleshooting, pre-season preventive maintenance services on dryers, along with sales, installations, repairs, and upgrades, reach out to Paul's Machine. We build solutions. Stay on top of your grain game. Click on Grain in the Capabilities tab at paulsmachine.com.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Jet's Pizza is offering a special deal when you spend $25. Just use promo code 5ADD. That's the number 5ADD and specify Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks for only $5. Combine that with their current $5 off pizza promos and you can cheer on the Illini while enjoying hot pizza with your favorite Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks. What a deal. You spend $25, enter 5ADD for Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks for just $5. Jet's, better because it has to be.
All right, weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. For you Central and Champaign event of Saturday, it'll be a wind-blown, showery day's worth of weather, and this is Election Day 2024. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm. See a batch or two of shower activity this morning, back in this afternoon, and boy, those gauges at already 1 to 3 in some spots, closing in on 5 inches since the weekend, up to 65. So no real significant climb on temperatures. The wind advisory in effect as well through early afternoon. Open areas will see gusts to 40 to 45 miles per hour out of the south and southwest. Windy, much cooler for tonight. Shower showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this evening. On the overnight, down to 47. Diminishing southwest winds will turn light west and northwest. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 59. Down to 42 tomorrow night. Sunshine, 58 on Thursday. About 62 on Friday. The second of 3 wet weather systems due in late Saturday and Sunday. Weekend highs in the low to mid 60s. And mild weather continues on for next week with another round of rainfall early to mid next week as well, with highs again in the 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
And our forecast brought to you by the Urbana Park District, keeping in mind the Turkey Trot. Ribbons for the first 800 finishers on Thanksgiving morning. If you'd like to be a part and know all the details, urbanaparks.org.
All right, ESPN 93.5. We have dealt with the whole election and the issues of. Got one more quick call we're going to make.
Okay.
Stand by with that. That'll be next.
Hi, I'm Jeff Brownfield, and I'm running to be your next state senator. Our taxes are too high, and it's hurting hardworking families like yours. I'll fight to lower taxes and keep more money in your pocket. The Muhammad Aquifer is our lifeline, and I'll work to protect it from contamination, because frankly, clean water is non-negotiable. It's time to get rid of career politicians who've lost touch with the people they serve. Let's bring fresh ideas to Springfield and get things done for Central Illinois. I'm Jeff Brownfield, and I approve this message. Paid for by Friends of Jeff Brownfield.
Why use Lands Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Lands has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Lands Underground Solutions.
Well,
why call anyone else?
She's a medical doctor. She has 6 master's degrees. She served in the Army for 40 years.
Yeah.
She's head of the Republican Party in Champaign County, otherwise kind of a slacker. Susan Mantell has joined us.
Hi, Stevie.
I don't know how you do it. All right, so what's happening? Voting's working again. We lost 2 hours. Aaron Ammons is trying to keep the polls open via a judge till 9 p.m. tonight. Give me your take on the morning.
Yeah. So, absolute chaos, which we kind of expected. This is why we were hoping people would vote early, which we had a huge number of people vote early. But the message I want to give is that, first of all, in Champaign County, universal polling places. So if you had to go to work because you had to leave your polling place, please check the Champaign County Republican Facebook page. We're going to be posting which locations have the lowest lines. Places like Sydney, Summer, Stanton, St. Joe, a lot of times those places have shorter lines. So please check the Facebook or champaign.gop.
So if I haven't voted, you go anywhere? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
You can go anywhere in Champaign County.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very
good.
good.
Any polling place.
Okay.
So there's that. And then in addition, we want you in line before 7. We don't want to extend hours for an extended period of time to allow, let's say, people to gather a bunch of people on campus or wherever in the middle of the evening to just drag them to the polls. If you want to vote, you should be in line by 7, period.
Okay.
So we want our Republicans in line before 7 so that they will, no matter what, there's really no need to extend the hours, because the reality is if you're in line before 7, they have to count your vote. So get in line, stay in line, and this will allow us to make sure that we get all of our candidates elected.
I got 1 minute left. Are you hopeful for Champaign County and some Republican gains?
Everything banks on our Republicans showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So if our Republicans show up, then yes. We've already had 20% of the Republicans that don't normally show up in early voting.
Excellent.
We've had almost half of our Republicans vote early. So yes, I'm very encouraged, but people have to vote. We are counting on everybody casting their ballot. And just so everyone's aware, if for some reason they do get this extension, anyone that votes in those extended hours will be a provisional ballot that will allow them to scrutinize that ballot.
I see.
And it should not be tabulated at the time of the polling. So get in line before 7 so you don't have to vote provisionally.
Okay. Well, Republican leader in Champaign County, Dr. Susan Mantell. Well, thanks for checking in on that, and hopefully smooth sailing from now.
Right.
We hope.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so.
Thanks, Susan. Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Head of the Republican Party, Dr. Susan Mantell.
Champaign.gop.
Okay. Well, we'll do this again tomorrow, God willing. We'll hopefully know some results.
Yeah.
And get back here on it. Remember, I'm living on Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Look it up. It's awesome. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
I'm Stevie Jay. Thank you for listening. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great November 5.
Whether it's pro or college, the app to bet football is Circus Sports Illinois. Circus Sports, it's betting the way it should be. Circus Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, or in-game, Circus Sports has it. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com.
Must be 21 or older. For Illinois Problem Gambling Services, please call 1-877-968-7848.
Celebrating 70 years of excellence, the University of Illinois Police Training Institute has been a cornerstone of law enforcement training since 1955. To mark the milestone in 2025, there's exciting community outreach events and unveiling plans to modernize the training facilities. Discover how PTI is evolving and how you can support the future of police training. Visit pti.illinois.edu for details, upcoming events, and donation opportunities. University of Illinois Police Training Institute, also on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. We are honored by your votes in the News Gazette People's Choice Awards. You voted us best in agritourism and outdoor amusement. Do you love apples and pumpkins? We do, and we're growing them just for you. Add in some fun and games and mazes, a little shopping in our country store, lunch at the Flying Monkey Cafe, cider, donuts, and pies, and you've got a full day of fun in the country and lifelong memories. Look on Instagram, Facebook, and curtisorchard.com to find out more. We can't wait to see you.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign.